So we've looked at some basic cars before. Now let's look at what is considered to be the #1 selling car in the United States. This is the 2021 Toyota Camry. And while it is a midsize sedan, I'm somewhat mid-feeling about it. This 2021 Toyota Camry is an LE trim.
Lee.
Which is not the same level of trim as when we looked at the Altima a couple videos back. This is a lower trim, so I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt in some areas. This particular model is running a 2.5-liter inline-4, making about 200 horsepower. Normally, in my other videos, I've gone into how you could get another engine in this. However, there's so many engine variants and so many different trims of this car that we're going to need a whole separate video just to go over all the different Camry options. But for now, we're just going to focus on the LE, what we have in front of us, and see what Toyota's cranking out. This particular one's from 2021, so this one's a used model with only 5,000 miles on it. If you want to get one, come over to Koch 33. On the front, we're looking at a relatively, again, aggressive build. 2021 is the year of aggression in cars. We're very aggressive. Look at these lines. We got this car so aggressive, it's making forehead lines on the front of the hood. It's looked so mean for so long that we already got the standard lines. We got the crow's feet coming out from the front of the car. You got this big like scoop. You have up front, you have your Toyota logo, which also is the Safety Sense logo. All your Safety Sense technologies up front there. Headlights are fine. There's nothing really wild going on here. They're not as incredibly aggressive or ridiculous as some other variants. It's still more traditional styling. It's not like got some crazy geometric stuff going on. It works. Up front, you have a pretty cool grille, but it's nothing really super huge to write home about. Again, it's just this aggressive slant. You're seeing this on a lot of cars coming 2021 past, and they're all getting their own identities. But eventually, I feel like they're all going to run into all just looking like very mean, aggressive sedans that soccer moms drive. Coming around to the back of the Camry, it's a back of a car, and this one is probably the most undiscernible of all the cars we've looked at. There's nothing really notable except the extremely large Camry badge at the back that it seems like they went into Photoshop and maybe spaced out just a hair too big because they wanted it to fit this logo, area, space, thing. It's a logo. It's better than just a little tiny thing in the corner that says Camry. No, this is Camry. I'm big. Below that, or above that's the Toyota logo itself. And yeah, it's an LE variant. The headlights come to a cute little point, and they do curve, but they curve all the way around this edge. So you get a lot of push around with this light, it's interesting. If you're just looking at the back of this car in traffic, the real big identifier is gonna be the big Camry logo. Moving into the trunk, well, I would move into the trunk, but there's no really easy, convenient way to get into it without using the key fob. There is a keyhole in here in case you don't have access to maybe inside the car, but you have to have the key fob in order to open up the back. I don't like this. I didn't like it. But I like a button. Just give me a little button here. Either way, you have to press and hold on the thing, and then it pops. I will give it credit though. It opens up all the way. It's hydraulic. I hear the hydraulics. Listen to this. That's awesome. I love hydraulic lifts. It's not going to just bounce around on you or nothing. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm having a pro and a con moment here because the pro is that it's a hydraulic lift. The con is there's no button on the outside to open it. Am I supposed to say this is good or bad? I don't know. But it works. It's a thing. We'll do the... it's actually not as spacious as I thought. If we try to get in here... I mean... I fit kind of, but it's tight. It's a little tight. Okay, it's a little tight. So, John, will it fit? A John score is probably like a 3 out of 5. Will it fit your luggage to go to the airport? Yeah, I think as long as your luggage isn't me-sized, I think you're good. Yeah, let's move on. This trunk also offers pass-through, which is pretty neat. I like pass-through. So if you got big stuff, you can pass it right through here using those little buttons up there. All right, Toyota Camry 2021. We're sitting in it. Oh, big boy test. It fits.
It fits!
I don't feel as snug as a bug in a rug, but like I feel good. It's fine. It's not hyper bolstered, so I feel like if you're even bigger than me, you're not gonna feel like alienated in this car. It's all right. I got enough headroom. I'm leaning back a little bit. We're gonna start this up because it's so hot in Pennsylvania. Not a push button start on this LE model, which is okay. I understand. Again, we're giving it the benefit of the doubt that it's not higher trim. I guarantee you it's on the higher trims. Up front, oh man. I really want to give Toyota the benefit of the doubt here, but I really, as my buddy Isaac pointed out to me, people don't buy a Toyota because it's got incredible interiors. That's what you buy a BMW for, or a Lexus or something. This is very utilitarian, as my Tacoma, or my dad's Tacoma is like. It's very basic, but yet still functional. You've a steering wheel that's fine. It isn't leather wrapped, but it's more this like grippy kind of plasticette, leatherette texture. You have steering wheel controls on the left and the right. You have your cruise control stuff, different modes. You can control everything from here. The screen is one of these pop-out screens, but it's built like in. It's like in and tilted towards you. It definitely feels very driver-centric. Like this car is meant to be like I'm in a cockpit of a car, and this is facing me, and I can do all my stuff here. You have regular tachometers with a middle digital screen. You can navigate the digital screen by using the buttons on your left-hand side. You have toggles for your left and right turn signals. That's fine. You have your wiper stuff on your right-hand side. All the different, and these, ooh, I like whatever texture they're using on this plastic. It's very nice. I like it. You got regular buttons over here. You have you press and hold to unlock your gas cap. You press and hold to unlock your trunk. It's pretty simple, self-explanatory. These vents, unlike the Kia, are not like special little turny knobs. They are simply, you just tilt them and open them and whatnot. Only, I always like to point this out because this is something on a lot of cars that is hit or miss. It depends. Only the far left and far right vents can be turned on or off. Your middle vents cannot. These do not have an external spot where you can say you only want the middle right on. Well, you can't do that. You either have all of them on or just the middle on for when you're blowing air. Obviously, you can turn the whole AC system off, but that's not the point. AC blows very cold. It reaches very far. I'm laid all the way back, and I'm still feeling this. And I'm not even at max. There I'm at max, and it's hitting pretty good. Overall, you have, on this particular model, we do not have... Ooh, secret chamber. There's a secret chamber. I love it when there's a secret chamber. That's awesome. You can hide your legal items down there. Yeah, no, there's a little secret chamber. That's awesome. No wireless charging in this, but you do get a USB, full-size USB, and you do get your cigarette lighter, 12-volt, 120-watt charger. Coming down to the middle, we have a standard shifter, nothing to spark joy necessarily. Cup holders that have little grippy dudes, so if you got a bigger cup, it can fit in there and it will not slosh around. This middle console is long. It is a long boy, just like this car, and it's very comfy to rest your hand on. Like you rest your arms on this bad boy, and it's like, oh. Once you pop this guy open, you have a USB port in here, and ooh, we got USB-C. We got USB-C in this car. This is epic. I love USB-C. If you are a car manufacturer and you put USB-C in your car, you instantly get like 5 more points. It's nice. I love USB-C. So they got a USB-C port in here, which helps because there's no ports in the back, which we'll get to. So in theory, these are the ports that your people in the back are going to be using. So that's great. And it's a nice it's deep enough to put all your janky stuff in your middle console. That's about it. The seats themselves are using this kind of soft cloth material that's slippery. It's a weird weave, but it's unique to Toyota, and I like it. Door panels are nothing really to speak about. This weird angular spots to fit against all of this is interesting. We got all this angles here that are just kind of, they're obviously they're made to fit this, but it's odd, and it works. So yeah, now let's move to the back. Another piece that I want to point out about this is the gas cap. This is only accessible from the inside. So I want to make a point about this in every video. I want to talk about it because there's so many times you get to the gas station and you're like, I'm going to get out here and I'm just gonna tap it. Can't do that with this car, ladies and gentlemen. Can't do it. You got to do it on the inside. You got to walk all over. Gotta hold the button, and now you can do it. Moving to the back. It's comfy, but how comfy how much comfort are you willing to sacrifice in order to get a pocket in the front driver's seat? Toyota, what are you doing? Damn it! I want to love your cars. Why didn't you put a pocket? That's all I asked for. There's no pocket on the driver's side. And it makes me wonder, like, I don't think these seats are that different. So I'm wondering why in the factory, like they're making one as the driver's seat and then they're making one as the passenger seat. And the passenger ones all have a pocket. Why don't the driver ones have a pocket? Tell me, Toyota.
I don't have pockets!
So no pocket. That's already minus 100 points. No, there's no independent. There's nothing back here. There's nothing. There's a little pocket cubby thing. That's all you got. There's no charger stuff. When I mentioned up front, you have those ports that are inside of the console. That's your way you got to charge stuff back here because there's no other way to do it. You do thankfully have cup holders. Cup holders. You got cup holders. Medium size, so you could probably fit like a large McDonald's drink in here. I don't think you're fitting one of those big brisk boys in here, but it pops down, it's fine. The doors in the back are a lot sleeker. They're simple and they work. There's nothing wild about the doors here. You got some lines. You got some, this is plastic. This isn't like a pleather, but it tries to mimic like a faux leather kind of deal. It works. I kind of like the two-tone. This whole car is running like a two-tone style variant, and it's attractive. It looks nicer than it feels. But again, I think I'm not mad. It's okay. It's fine. I think for 25, this is okay. It's going to get you from point A to point B. You don't have a ton of things. For 25, you are paying for the Toyota reliability, and we're going to get there. We're going to get there in the driving portion. But for 25, this backseat's fine. Yeah, let's go to the driving portion. Okay, so driving the 2021 Camry LE model, one thing I will point out, because I was dumb and didn't point it out before, this does have electric seats, which I kind of, it's interesting, and it goes to what Toyota is trying to do with this car. I think, you know, at the price point they're putting in little features that they know will impress consumers, that will make them go, oh, great, there's this one thing, right? And for that, I think, like, having the electric seat is a nice little bonus. I would have preferred a pocket, but I'll take an electric seat. Driving it, we're in an eco mode right now. This drives pretty comfortably. We're going around the lot of Koch 33, and this is pretty comfy. Brakes feel pretty nice. Nothing like, I don't feel very jerky in this car. Don't feel like a jerk in this car. Drives, talk about get up. It actually has some decent get up for a 2.5. I thought maybe it would feel, this is a bigger sedan, I thought it would feel a little clunky. It doesn't. The steering is very responsive. Much more car-like feeling than the Ultima was. The Ultima felt very video gamey. This feels very connected to the car. You know, it's still light. It's still very easy for you to drive. I do not think that this is going to be like if your 800-year-old grandfather who doesn't have arms anymore. I mean, if you don't have arms, I don't think anybody should drive if they don't have arms. But you know, if somebody's a little weaker, they don't have, you know, big guns like I do, then I think this car you're still gonna drive fine with. It feels, the power steering has come such a long way. So this feels very nice to drive. The ride, I haven't talked about the ride yet because I don't feel it. I'm going over some bumps, I'm going over some little cracks in the ground, and it's just a cloud. Huh. This feels very nice to drive. Nothing really beats this. I think it's going to be hard. I think the biggest thing is going to be when I can find vehicles that I can point out feel bad to drive. This does not. I think I understand why this could be this is one of the top selling cars, because I quite literally am hopping in it and I feel even less than when I was driving the Ultima. This is very nice. I'm gonna pick it up a little bit here, come around this corner, and this is just smooth. Oh, smooth operator. Yeah, no, this is solid. I think I understand it now. I understand why this might be sold so much. And I don't know if I give it my recommendation, but I think the one thing, and I pointed this out when we were talking about in the beginning, is the reason people buy this is because it's a Toyota. It really doesn't, like, this is more reliability based, I think, than anything. People are going to buy this because they want a car they're not going to have to worry that the engine's going to blow up in 50,000 miles. And I think that paired with, if you're paying for that, this car is just comfortable enough to mean that it doesn't, you know, it's good enough to get by and you're going to get this for the next 25 years and be happy. But I think if you're looking for something in the lap of luxury, I think you're going to look elsewhere. But I think the people that are buying this, you're not buying it because of the lap of luxury. You're buying it because you know that engine isn't going to fail you. So I think that's it.
Thank you so much to Koch 33 Toyota for allowing me to borrow the 2021 Camry you saw in this video. For all your Toyota needs, head on down to Koch 33 if you're in the Lehigh Valley to get yourself into a new or pre-owned Toyota. This was a really fun video to make. I hope you liked it. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and go ahead and down in the comments let me know what cars you're interested in me reviewing in the future. If you're interested in more of my car reviews, go ahead and click the video popping up right about now, and you can see my past reviews of the last one we did was the Kia Forte 2023 GT. That was a lot of fun. So go ahead and check that video out, and hopefully I will see you back here in about a week to see another car review. Thank you so much.